Hello everyone, nice to see you again. I'm Chris, and this video I will show you how to use the Beckhoff TwinCAT Profinet RT controller TF6271 to configure a Profinet controller and then to make the combination between the Keyence SR750 2D code reader. And if you watch my previous video, I also make videos for Etherenet IP, and I will also paste the link in the end of my video description. I hope you like this one. And why I will use TwinCAT, and because I received this comment is that, do you have any videos related to Keyence SR series with Beckhoff? So that's why the reason that I made this video. I hope you like this and hope you will read this video and give some feedback to me. Let's start. Okay, before I start to continue my video, let me introduce myself again. I'm Chris. I come from Hong Kong. I'm now working some stuff with the factory automations. And the left side you can see my Twitter, my YouTube, and my blog. If you like me, you can just click on this side to see what I'm doing. Okay, let's go back to the SR750. And as I mentioned in the previous video before, that there need to be steps that you need to configure for the SR750 or SR series. You need to install the software and then to make the communications to configure the SR750. Then you can use your whole system. You may be your PLC or PC to control the SR750 with Ethernet, RS-232 or our terminal. And if you would like to, if you need to configure the SR series barcode reader, you need to get the software from Keyence. It is called Auto ID Network Navigators. So please contact your local Keyence office and get the software from them and install into your PC. As I mentioned in the previous video before, for the Keyence SR750, it not just have Profinet, they also have Ethernet IP, also have circuit communications, also have a TFS server, also support RS-232 communications, but this video I'm just use Profinet. Okay, so here is some functions that if you use Profinet with the SR750, that what kind of features that you can use. For example, you can use the tuning functions, you can handle the data, you can handle the error, you can handle the timing, and also you can configure this computing cycle to exchange the data between your PLC and the SR series, depends on your applications. And the very important things that the maximum read length is 246 digitals. Okay, so here is the mapping, the time chart I also used in the previous video, so I not explain too much in here. Okay, so I think my instruction is enough. Now I will open my TwinCAT project and I'll show you how to configure it step by step. Okay, now we start the TwinCAT, then we can start the programming. But because that, as I mentioned in so many previous videos before, that if you like to use Profinet, you need to download the GSML file to configure your Profinet network. And for this time, we're using Keyence SR750, so we need to go to Keyence home website. Here's Keyence website. I'm sorry, it's Japanese, but you can search in English or even your language, and you can download the GSML file from your SR barcode reader. Okay, and after you download the GSML file, so you need to install in here. So just a second. So here is the file, the location need to install. It should be C or D anything. TwinCAT 3.1 config Profinet. Please put the file inside this folder. And after that, we can start to configure a Profinet network. Okay, so for the first thing, you open your TwinCAT project. We need to choose target and make sure that you choose the right target. And this time I'm using the other PC, the other very small PC that under my desk. Okay, so I choose this one, and now it's in running mode. And before that, I'll show you some setting in Keyence that you need to take care. So here is the Auto ID Network Navigators. So I am you need to go to communication tab 2, communication 2 tab, and please choose Profinet as your communications and choose details, and you can configure your your device name. And it's very important because if you use Profinet, the Profinet controller, they will use the TCP protocol to find out that where is your device. So need to, in this case, the default is SR750, and we will not change this one. And now I will go to here, and I will start the monitoring. Yes, and now I'm connecting to my camera, so you can just see now. You can read some data code. Just wait a second. Okay, great. Now you can see that it's correcting, and make sure that after you configure your camera, go to transfer and send configurations to send your configuration to your camera. Okay, now we can go back to our TwinCAT side. The first one, you can go to I/O and device, right click, add new items. You can choose Profinet I/O controller in here. And then for channel, no need to change too much. For adapter, make sure that choose the Ethernet interface you are using to connect to the Profinet network. Press search. I think this time I'm using Ethernet 5. Okay, and then here's Profinet. Don't change too much here. And then for synchronized tasks, just define your own task for the Profinet I/O. And then here is setting. You can configure your IP of your Profinet I/O controller. In this case, I will go this one and press set IP. You change your IP address, and for the Profinet I/O controller, you can just change any names that you want. That depends on applications. In here, I think not so much. You need so much stuff you need to do. Okay, and then now we can add the Keyence SR750 barcode readers. Right click, add new items. And you can choose Keyence in here. If you install the GSML file, you can find the Keyence code reader in here. Okay, great. Just open here. And the default name is SR750. We will not change in here. And go to device. You can choose the IP here. I have 100 in this case. So not anything you need to change. When you open the API, then you find this very good structures of this GSML file. You define all the stuff that you need to use with this barcode reader. Okay, now we can add the PLC. So right click PLC, add standard project, and then we can add some user data types for you to easy to configure if you have more than one same barcode reader. But even if you only have one, you can just type one by one, but I prefer to use structured data types. Right click, add, and DUD. So to enter the name, I will give a name called the SR750 PN, and in data term ERM2. Great. And I just prepared the data that I copied from my notepad, so I'm just pasting here. I don't want to waste you too much time for this type of half typing. So for this terminal 2 is this one. It's handling the handshake and some general data error stated bit. So, and then if you want to see the more detail, please reference the Keyence menu, but I'll just add it one by one. So for terminal 3, you define some busy bit, for example, the reading status or the try status something. Okay, and then I will add terminal 4. Great, terminal 4. So for terminal 4, it's a lot for you to manage these readings operation status, for example, reading or preset or tuning something. This is the status is complete or not. Okay, I could copy it again and add 5. Okay, 5. What is 5? 5 is a the slot for you to manage the error, for some read voucher or piece of voucher something. And I will configure terminal 6. So here is terminal 6. So for terminal 6, it is a terminal for you to get the input status or output status of your Keyence barcode reader. Okay, and then I have terminal 7. Terminal 7. Okay, so here's terminal 7. Terminal 7, it should be some data for you to the machine level or ISO something. This one I don't have so much detail for this stuff. And then now add the terminal 8. So terminal 8 is also for the machine level or some for ISO, but it is for the actually for the digital analog value. Okay, so and then I will add the terminal 9. Terminal 9 is the some status code, for example, the read error or tuning error or general error code, or is in UINT, is the unsigned the integer data format. So I close all things that I don't use. Great. Okay, I just copy this one, and then I will just ask the other one is 10. So 10 is the result that you get from the barcode reader. So for example, how many data you get, how many bytes you get them, and what's the data. I will define as a byte of a rate. So after that, is all the input. Then we can define the output data. So it's terminal 11. 11 is a slot for you to clear the error or to latch the result data. And then I will define this terminal 12. Okay, all this data is reference to, you can reference to Keyence data, Keyence menu to get very detailed description of them. And for 12 is the request. You can, for example, the read request, tune request, or the request data is handling from this slot. Then for the 13 slot, I have the clear flag to clear the result or tuning result or the read result of to your barcode reader. Okay, then I have a terminal 14, right? Okay, just then I have terminal 14. 14 is just a bank number register. So okay, so and then I have a 15. So 15 is the user data and how many data how the size of your user data. Great. Then I can close this one. Then I will add one other new data type. It's called DUT SR750 UR in data. So in this in data, I group all the input data types I defined before, and then group as one new data types. You no need to do it this way, but it's made easy for you to manage which one is input, which one is output. Even it may let you to be a little bit painful when you try to map the data. And then I define one more slot called output data, right? And then here is output data. Great. And then just define the slot that I defined before. It's from 11 to 15. And then finally, I define one more data type that is for DUT SR700 PN. Great. But this I just define the in or output, so you can manage all the data. If you have couples of this type of barcode reader, it's very helpful to you to define a clear data structures. You have a in, you have a out. I have to register for me to get the Profinet communication status between my Profinet out controller and my Keyence barcode reader. And then I can define my global variable list in here, and then I can get a name is, for example, SR700 and PN. It should be DNT SR700 PN. Done. Then you can build a controller, go to build solutions, build a project to make sure no error in this time. There's some error, but it's not relating to my project, so don't need to carry it. Just close all documents, and then now we can start to map the data. So we can go to slot 2. Okay, here is slot 2. Right click, change name, directly click slot 2, and then we have a slot 3. Do the same stuff. Slot 3 and slot 4 here, right? Great. Slot 4. Then I have slot 5. Here is slot 5. And I have slot 6. Slot 6. And I have slot 7. Great. Then I have slot 8. Because actually for slot 8 they have some spare bit. I didn't match the exactly same data size, so I cannot map the whole ups. I cannot map the whole data structure. You need to map it one by one, but you can, up to you, you can just match the size to each slot and then to match in one time. That's I do it in before. For example, it's result code, also result code, and result code, and the register, and here's the time, tune result, and here's the ext, and here's the general error code, and then I have this one. Also, I have the ready count, I have the update count, and then I'll have the data size in here, and then I'll have the result data. Great. And then now I can map the output. So here you cannot get any input in here. Change length is 11, right? 11. And then here is 12. And then I have a 13. 13. I have 14. I think 14 I also have some spare. Okay. 14. Great. I have 14. And finally I have 15. I have the user data size and the user data. Great. Not big deal. Done. Okay, and then we can build our solution again. Make sure no error. Oops, I forgot this one. And for the inputs, I would like to map the status and the dialog. Great. Okay, now we can start to make the program. Open our main, and then I assume it to be big for this to see, and I start to define some variables I will use in this tutorial. For example, I define result is a buffer for me to read the data, get data. It's be string, and I have a be read for me to trigger the read the data. Then I have the com status is for me to check the conversion status between my bug reader and my TwinCAT runtime. And I have the retry retry count. It is a counter for me to set how many times I can retry to take the pictures. It should be free, but up to you. Other applications, and the current count is how many times that I may take the photos. I need to memory it, right? So I would like to give it default value to 0, and then I have camera not voucher. It's just let me check my camera have not any error, and I have a I status. It should be a variables for me to use for the case statement, and have T on. T on is just a timer. T on. Be reset. Great, and I will have reading time is time and a default to 1 second. Great. Finally, I have a error. It's a boot type. Great. Okay. Then I save it. and I just change the bar. Okay, and I will start to make the program now. For example, the first one, I will need to make sure that my communication status. Okay, so com status is equal to what? Equal to gvl dot pn dot dialog is equal to, and gvl dot SR750 dot status is equal to 0. I will show you what is this to meaning. And then I need to check my camera have no error or not. Camera not feature is equal to what? Equal to not gvl dot pn dot in dot terminal, I think is 5 dot not external request error, and not gvl dot sl500 dot in dot term 5 dot present error, and not gvl dot sl500 dot in dot term 5 dot read error refresher, and not gvl dot 750 dot in dot terminal 5 dot register preset data fetcher, and not gvl 700. And you have also have one error is called tune fetcher, and not gvl dot sl750 in the terminal 2 dot general error. But it depends on you. You can just increase or decrease the compare condition. It depends on your applications. And then now we can start to make the program. Use case status std off, and case. Okay, for the first one 0. What we will do, we will reset the current count. We change back to 0. Then we will reset the timer to false, and pt is sharp equal to 1 second. Not 1 second, I think it's better to use reading time. It's 1 second also. And then I will clear the read complete flag in here. Read complete, not here. Dot read complete is equal to true. Okay. And then error, I will also reset my error flag. With my error flag, and if b read and com status, then I will change my status to 5. Okay. Then when I step 5, what will I do? I will reset my result. I will reset my reset bit, and I will reset my this read complete flag to false, because I need only to reset the complete flag anymore. And then I change my step to 10. Great. And here's step 10. Then I will check my camera if any error or not. If camera not feature, then status will be trendy. Else status will be 990. Then here step trendy. Okay. For the step trendy, the first one I will set the request to true, because I need to read the barcode, right? I think it's 12. Read request equal to true. Okay. And I need to change. I will change trigger my timer. Then if t_on.q, so if the timer is trigger, so I will check all this stuff. If what? If gvl dot sr750 dot in dot terminal 4 dot read complete. If you read it's complete, and not gvl mapping GPL SL500 dot in dot terminal 5 dot refresher. Then I will change my status to 13. Else if fetcher, right? So else if I directly copy to here. Else if this one, then I status will change to 220. I think 200, 200. And it's not n. I need to reset my timer. So Tion in is equal to false, and I would like to reset my request to false also. Here is to false. Great. I will go to step 13. Okay, and for step 13 I'll use memory move functions to move my data. So the destination is result, and for the source is GVL dot data dot in dot terminal first. I think is 10, right? Dot read data result data, and then for the end is GVL dot SR750 dot in dot terminal 10 dot size. Great, it should work. And then we can change our status to 14. Okay, when you go to step 14, then we can clear the result again. So we just GUL dot I think I forgot terminal 13 dot clear is equal to true, right? And while we read the clear the read complete, then if not GVL dot SL750 dot in dot terminal 4 dot read complete, then we can change this bit back to false because we don't need any more in here, and then we can change the I status back to 0 and reset my trigger bit to false. Great. Okay, so in our case, if any we try, we set current count is equal to current count plus 1. If current count is more than we try count, then what will I do? Then I'll change my status to 991. Else I change my status to trendy to take a photo again. Easy. Okay, finally I need to do some simple error handling, and then I'll check the error to true, and then I will reset my read flag, and then I wait my reset date while reset ESET. Then if reset is coming, I will change my status back to 0. Great. Finally, I would like to do some reset, and I think it's terminal 11 and error key is equal to B reset, or I status equal to 20. Come on, or I status equal to 200. Great, it should be work. And we can build our solution again to check no error, and then we make sure that in here we set the device okay, the name is okay, I think the IP is okay. Great, then we can download our configurations. Okay, yes, sure. Log in, play, and open my main. You see now it's true, so it means the communication is okay now. Then I'll show you when you open the box in here, you see that now the status equal to 2, right? It means that the 0, it means there's no error. So for the other one, now it's the status equal to true, it means the application relationship is connecting. Okay, so now since the connection is finished, now we can turn on our camera to see actually what our program is work or not. Okay, now you see I open in the left hand side is our TwinCAT project, and the right hand side is our auto ID network navigators. So the first thing, I will trigger the B read flag to operate the read operations. So proceed, just a second. Okay, now see it has error, so I reset it. You see I retried more than 3 times, so we have errors, and this time I will try to read the data. Just wait a second, I will use this one again. Okay, please. Great, you see now I retry, I think 2 times something, then you see I get the result, and the result is Keyence 2D bulk reader something. Okay, I think my video here is finished. I hope you like this. If you have any problems, please feel free to comment me, and or to send me the email or ping in Twitter, anything. And if you like my video, please share it, please like it, please and please share it. Thank you. So I hope you have a good day, and see you next time. Bye bye.